Entering Kenmore. Doors will open on the left.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm in no mood to do the entire intro. Alex Bregman is no longer on the Red Sox. He signed with the Chicago Cubs, 5 years, $175 million. Zach, I wish we were talking to you from overseas in better spirits, but unfortunately, here we are.
Yes, top coming to you live from Paris, France, 5:12 in the morning. Mauvais matinee, as they say over here. I'm laying in bed. I'm watching the Bears game, trying to fall back asleep.
A good game.
And all of a sudden, I have it on my phone, VPN with Prime, and all of a sudden the passing notification comes up right there, breaking Alex Bregman to the Cubs. And immediately my heart sank. I was like, well, like I kind of was expecting this. Obviously, we know that you guys had Breslow on this morning on Kenny Curtis, and to me, like the one thing he said that kind of like sealed the deal for me was, well, like we're gonna make individual decisions, like with the best interest of the team in mind, talking about potentially not having Bregman and Devers on the roster. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is the most gone guy on planet Earth. And we can talk about the contract, 5 and 175. It's pretty rich. It's more rich than I would have been willing to give Alex Bregman, but you painted yourself into that corner. And I'm sure when I get back to America, we'll do a full-length podcast and break it all down, because I'm coming at you live from a second bathroom that's really just a sink. I broke it down for you. My entire family's up in our upstairs in the Airbnb sleeping, so I had to find a spot to come down here and in therapy pod. So this is the only place I could find. So no light. I got my phone flashlight lighting me up, and yeah, here we are.
Man, I was so excited to talk about the Bruins beating the Rangers 10-2 and Murat Huznadinov scoring 4 goals. And we'll get to that. Don't worry, that will be in a later episode for sure. But I mean, to go from having Rafael Devers as your franchise player to signing Alex Bregman and being like, oh, this is great. We have Alex Bregman and Rafael Devers. And everyone's telling me that Alex Bregman's going to be a second baseman. So no problem there. And then everything unfolds and it is what it is. And Rafael Devers is upset because they want to play Alex Bregman at third. He's the better defender. It is what it is. And then it just steamrolls into everything that happened last season. And Rafael Devers ultimately ended up getting traded. And you committed yourselves to Alex Bregman for nothing. Yeah, Kyle Harrison. I know he was bopping around Fenway Fest today. I'm sure he got a lot of love from all the fans out there. Thrilled that he was the return for Rafael Devers. But all this to say, you got rid of Rafael Devers for half a season of Alex Bregman, give or take, because I mean he missed a good chunk of the season. He wasn't even at his best for a majority of this season. And what did you do? You traded your franchise player to accommodate him, and he ended up walking. So where are we at now? I think it's safe to say we're screwed. There's no other way around this. Like, you can tell me, oh, don't worry. I mean, John Henry and Sam Kennedy have told me time and time again that they're still committed to spending money. So they're just going to go out and sign Bo Bichette. If you believe that, you're a fool. Okay. If they end up signing Bo Bichette, sure, I'm thrilled. But the team is still right back to where it was. Okay. I largely see. Yeah, like the problem is I largely see Bo Bichette and Alex Bregman as similar players. So if you're losing Alex Bregman, potentially bringing in Bo Bichette, but you're still basically the same team as you were last year, just adding Wilson Contreras.
Well, that, like, what about anything about this offseason has made you think that they're going to open up the checkbooks here for Bo Bichette? Like, there isn't any reason to believe that. Like, Pete Alonso was too old for them. Ketel Marte, they weren't gonna. Well, that's not really opening up the checkbooks, and I like largely agree with them not trading the assets to get Marte. But like, you keep going on, and now this deal with Bregman, 5 years, 175. That was obviously too rich for them for this guy. So like, there's nothing about the way they've operated that indicates that they're going to be willing to go 7 into 10 or more to land Bo Bichette. And then even then, it's something that we talked about on the last episode. Like, is that lineup good enough to win a World Series? No, it's still not. Like, so like, there's still so like, it truly is embarrassing. Like what this has come to is to me, like Craig Breslow should lose his job. Like this year is either you go further than you did last year or you don't have a job anymore, Craig Breslow, because you hitched your wagons to Alex Bregman. You got mad at your best player, traded him for pennies on the dollar, and then let Bregman walk after 1 year. Fire up that cigar, John. Really great work. We were smoking cigars for a wild card exit and salary dumping Rafael Devers, because that's all it was. Their little computer model said that the Devers contract was underwater, even though anybody with a functioning brain that understands the sport of baseball is knew that it wasn't. And like he's better than, like, we've already been over this, but Rafael Devers is better than Pete Alonso when he's making less money and is younger. Like, so I don't know why. Like I just don't. I guess I do know why, because they weren't willing to open up the checkbook for Pete Alonso either. Like it's just what this franchise has come to. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. And I had a whole rant planned out for the Sam Kennedy interview on Ken and Curtis today too. But we're a victim of our own success. Yeah, Sam, you charge the highest concession prices in baseball, the highest ticket prices in baseball. You're shocked that the fans that are paying that want to see a competitive product out on the field. Like what the fuck are you smoking, dude? Like seriously. Like it makes no sense to me. Like we're shocked that fans of the team want to see the team succeed. We're a victim of our own success. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, and he did the whole. He didn't go as far today, but he did the whole. If you think that we're not as committed to winning as we once were, you're wrong. You're a liar, and I'm gonna call you. Like, he does that same bullshit every time. And we talked about it before with Breslow, but like, stop putting microphones in front of these guys' faces, because they're the dumbest, most self-indulgent, indignant pieces of shit on the planet. And they don't give a flying fuck about anything else other than lining their pockets with as much money as possible. And like you said, if you don't believe that to be the case, then you're a fool.
And how poetic is it that Fenway Fest was literally like 12 hours ago at this point? Like it's just astounding to sit and listen to Sam Kennedy be like, yeah, maybe we were victims of our own success. Buddy, your success was spending top dollar in free agency every single offseason. And even if you did make a mistake, you would just buy your way out of it. That was the Red Sox of old. The Red Sox of new are trading their franchise player for pennies on the dollar and then just letting your replacement plan walk. And you don't have a backup plan. You can't sit here and tell me, oh, hey, well, Bo Bichette and Kyle Tucker are still on the market, so maybe they'll go after one of those. Yeah, sure, because we've been waiting all offseason for them to trade one of their 5 outfielders who are all mediocre, and it's just not going to happen. And we're waiting for the 1B starter in the rotation. Here's Sonny Gray. Like, you just can't sit here and tell me that this franchise is committed to winning when all offseason I've just seen them make moves on the margins to save a buck rather than going for it, rather than feeling that taste of, I can't even call it a taste of victory, but that taste of the playoffs last year, and going from, hey, well, we made the wild card round. Sure. Like that was a good step in the right
That's
direction.
a good first step. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And all offseason we were saying, how do you build on that? Clearly, the front office doesn't care about building on that. They're like, hey, we made the playoffs. We made some money last year. We're good. We're good to just fold over into this season. And by the way, all of your division rivals are getting better besides the Yankees. And the Yankees, I would be absolutely shocked if they don't bring back Cody Bellinger or sign Bo Bichette or Kyle Tucker, because in the past, we've seen the Yankees go out and cover up their bad decisions with just spending more money. And that's what a good organization does.
Yep.
Absolutely. You're going to come into the season like middle of the pack in payroll, and that is embarrassing for the Boston Red Sox. It's just I can't even go on Twitter right now, because there are still people who are like, don't worry guys, they didn't want to overpay for Bregman, now they're going to overpay for Bichette.
I already had someone in my replies. I tweeted, trading Rafael Devers, the worst move in Red Sox history. It's already somebody in my replies was like, I'm glad that clubhouse cancer is in San Francisco. Why did he become a clubhouse cancer? Let me get this guy's name. Where is it? Where's my
live receipts on entering Kenmore?
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta pull up my Safari.
It really does look like you're standing around a campfire right now.
Dude, like I showed it to you before. I'm in the second bathroom. It's literally it's like the Harry Potter closet, and and it's literally just one sink, and that's it. And there's no light. I had to go back up and get my iPad and download the Riverside app because my
Married to the game.
laptop was about to die. I am like, never say I'm not committed. I'm doing it for you, the listener. Where's this guy? His name, here he is. I can't even see it. Whatever this guy's name is, fuck you. Like you don't know ball. Like it's just it truly. It's like I've run out of words to describe how pathetic it is. Like it just like the fact that this is how we're operating. Like it. And my friend Joe, who we've talked about a lot on this podcast, who by the way has accepted his tiebreaker role for the Jersey of the week. So
love it.
So he'll be the Jersey of the Week tiebreaker. But he said it's so weird that they opened up the checkbook for Campbell and Crochet and Anthony, but now they're penny pinching on free agents. It goes back to why they pissed off Devers in the first place, because their little computer model told them that their optimal lineup had Campbell at second base and Bregman at third base. It's the same computer model that told them the Devers contract was underwater. And that's how we find ourselves here. Like their computer model found value in Crochet and Anthony and Campbell, and it doesn't find value in free agency because free agency is inherently devoid of value. You have to overpay to land these guys. So their computer model said that letting Alex Bregman walk and like what does their infield look like right now? Marcelo at third and Nick Sogard at second.
Get ready to learn 162 games of Romy Gonzalez, buddy.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
And their little computer will say that's more valuable than paying Alex Bregman, which I don't inherently disagree with not wanting to pay Alex Bregman $175 million over 5 years. But that is the corner you've painted yourself into. And they had no choice but to. And you know what they said to the fans? They said, like, that's it. That was great radio to go double birds. But if you're watching on YouTube, you get the gist of it. It's so unbelievably frustrating. And again, like for the people saying, oh, well, Bichette's still out there, Tucker's still out there. Like Tucker, they're not getting. Like anybody that thinks they're getting Kyle Tucker, and I've been the number one guy if they should get Kyle Tucker. But if you believe they're getting Kyle Tucker, I got a bridge to sell you. And same thing for Bo Bichette, honestly. Like this is the team that they're going into the season with. Like I hate to break it to you all, but like this is what the team's going to be. And you know what the team's going to do? It's going to finish in last place in the AL East again. They've turned themselves into the Chicago White Sox. We rebuilt for 5 years to lose in the wild card round, and now back into the rebuild we go. Except now the farm system's incredibly depleted.
Oh, and it's so tough to think about that. I mean, we're only a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and Alex Bregman was really the saving grace. Now that that's gone, like it's just we're in full doomsday scenario. I don't even want to look on Twitter for the next week and a half or so. Like it's just I wasn't looking forward to the season before we ended up losing Alex Bregman. Now, I mean, buddy, you could just keep it. We could just fast forward to the lockout next year.
Get me to the lockout.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll see you in 2028.
I know how it's going to end. Like, dude, I would be absolutely floored if the Red Sox sign Bo Bichette. And even if they do, this team is still finishing in third place. So who really cares?
Right. And that's what it all comes back to. Even if you do get Bo Bichette, now it's the same thing that we've been talking about all offseason. You're still a bat short. You're still lacking that guy that other teams, when their starting pitcher comes in for their pregame meeting and sits down with the catcher and the pitching coach, says, this is the guy that won't beat us. If Bo Bichette's not that guy, Wilson Contreras isn't that guy. You hope Roman Anthony can come into that guy or can become that guy and become that superstar. But like, what kind of team is that's banking on what's going to be a 22-year-old kid to immediately come in and be your superstar MVP caliber candidate? Like a team that's not going to be very good, a team that's not committed to winning, a team that if they make the playoffs, cool, they're happy, I guess, and they'll take the revenue, but they're not serious about competing for a World Series.
No shot. And the problem is that every single year, people fall for Sam Kennedy and Craig Breslow or whoever's the GM at the time being like, this is the offseason, guys. We're ready. We have clear plans in place. We need a starter to start in game 2 of a wild card series.
Bat.
Right behind Crochet. We need a power bat. We're ready to add all of these things. All it takes is money or assets, and you go out and you bring in Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray. And in a vacuum, those moves are fine. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, and that's all that's coming through the doors this offseason, it is an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment to be the Boston Red Sox right now and be like, guys, our big offseason acquisition, come meet them at Fenway Fest, Sonny Gray and Wilson Contreras. And that's all that's coming through the door. And you're either going to be happy because you're going to show up to the games regardless. So we really don't care.
Yeah, well, it's something I laughed about earlier. I might have texted it to you, or maybe I didn't. But like when Tom Farron was doing the thing on the stage, it was like the 2026 Boston Red Sox, and I was sitting there and I was like, "What do you mean the 2026 Boston Red Sox? Like Bregman's still out there. Like this is a very incomplete team. Like which is why it's kind of weird to do like Fenway Fest when
Right.
free agents, but like with the way that free agency works, like it's impossible to do it when free agency is over. But like I was sitting there like, this isn't the 2026 Boston Red Sox. No.
Oh, it
No,
is.
no. Yes, it
Are you
is.
sitting down?
And it's just like it all go like, and I've been called so many names. I've been told I don't know ball by people who I know for a fact don't know ball. And for that Devers take, and I was gonna fire it off I'll probably fire it off on the socials tomorrow now. The Devers trade was the worst trade in the history of the organization, but I don't understand how anybody can think otherwise now. Like I said, fire up the cigar, John. You spent $40 million and got 300 off the books. Like, congratulations, you did it, John. Like, congrats. And even like I was talking to my buddy who's a Liverpool fan. Everyone talks about they spend money on Liverpool with the way that the transfer side. I don't know how soccer works, but with the way that the like buying and like loaning players and all that stuff works. Henry, like yeah, they spent however many $1 million adding to their team, but they also sold enough players so that it was only like they spent $100 million on
Oh,
the like
thank
in
God.
additional money. Yeah, so like they're penny pinching Liverpool too, and it's just like. Well, Sam Kennedy will tell you that they've added more money via trade than any other team in baseball. Like, yeah, dude, no one's been traded. Like, like Contreras and Gray might actually be the two best players that have been traded so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, Cabrera's in that conversation, but
Yeah,
even still, he's more of a prove it type of thing.
like all the guys that were rumored to be on the market before the season, Freddie Peralta, Ketel Marte, or like all these guys haven't moved. So like, oh well, we've added more money via trade. Like it just hasn't lined up. Like I texted you this. It's Breslow and Kennedy talking is like blah 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 blah. This word. Like that's what they're all of their media availabilities are the same. Like you can go like I could do it right now. Like, hey Craig, why is Alex Bregman wearing a Cubs uniform right now? Well, we valued Alex and we appreciate what he did for the clubhouse last year. And he was a valuable member of the 2025 Red Sox, but ultimately we just didn't line up and didn't find that alignment to bring him back here. And we wish him the best in Chicago. Like
Dude,
that's what he's gonna say.
how did you get a recording of Craig Breslow after Alex Bregman signed with the Chicago Cubs?
Like it's
I mean,
just
we're boots on the ground here, getting live sound bites from the guy.
like I just don't understand. Like, like seriously, where do you go from here? And we'll, like I said, we'll get into a ton of stuff when we get into the episode going on back in America. But like Cora said today that he doesn't envision playing Rafael at second base to clear the outfield logjam. So now you need, and then you're talking about trading another bat. Like, where does that
Yep.
leave you again? Like, so now are you another? So now you're one bat short again, and you could argue you're two bats short. So then you trade Duran for whatever, and then you're three bats short. I'm confused at where they go from here. And to me, like, sure, there's a slim path to being the same team that you were from June 16th on last year, but there's not a path to being a better team than you were on June 15th of last year. And to me, that's just completely unacceptable. And like, it's hard for me to look at it as anything other than they wanted to penny pinch and they wanted to get off of Denver's contract and they were looking for any reason they could to get out of it. And they found that reason. And Stats tweeted a whole breakdown. Am I still in here? I went to go to Twitter and I couldn't see myself anymore.
Yeah, you popped off, but I mean, it's for the plot, so.
Yeah, again, it's a quick emergency episode. I'm not even signed into Twitter. I'm just gonna come back.
It was worth a shot.
It was. Let me pull it up on my computer, which is somehow still alive after being on the brink of death. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Here's the stats breakdown. Last winter, there was a split camp. Some Sox personnel wanted Bregman to play second. Some preferred Nolan Arenado. Bregman lingers in free agency in February, but wait, Theo gets involved. John Henry smokes a cigar. Vibes are immaculate. Weird. For some reason, now Bregman is going to play third instead of second. Instantly piss off your best player for no reason and start a months-long communication shit show. In June, Rafi Devers is salary dumped for pennies on the dollar while hitting .272 with a .905 OPS. Bregman returns from 7 weeks on the injured list and is not the same player. Roman Anthony starts breaking out at the plate and immediately suffers a season-ending injury. Sox can't hit Yankee Stadium in the playoffs and get bounced. Sox announced their winter objectives as a power bat and a number 2 starter. They trade for 1 year of Sonny Gray, trade for 2 years of Johan Oviedo. Kyle Schwarber and Pete Alonso sign elsewhere. Sox trade for 2 years of Wilson Contreras. Alex Bregman signs with the Cubs. Operation Salary Dump Devers, mission accomplished in 334 days.
Wow. I mean, when you walk it through like that, it's just it just sums up how Red Sox fans have felt for the betterment of like 5 years now.
But
I
but
mean,
do they? Like, do they feel that way? Because there's still people on Twitter now,
smart Red
like,
Sox
and
fans.
yeah, like an hour after this happened, being like, yeah, just fuck that fat piece of shit Devers. I'm glad he's gone. He was a clubhouse cancer. Like there was still people drinking the Kool-Aid on this.
It's unbelievable.
And I get we can't turn back the clock now. And I know that we've been trying to move past the Devers thing, even though I refuse to let it go. But like now we can't move past it. Like there is no more moving past the Rafael Devers thing because this is now the situation you find yourself in. He's gone, and so is Bregman. And that was the risk the entire time. And now I've a pretty good feeling that the same people that were calling me crazy for saying that was the worst move in franchise history are going to start thinking a lot more similarly than they were before. Because to me, it was impossible to see it as anything other than that beforehand. But now it's impossible for other people to like again, if you truly believe that this team is better off because Rafael Devers is gone, I have a bridge to sell you.
and you asked me, where do we go next? In terms of baseball, I couldn't tell you. But in terms of sports entertainment and enjoyment, I think you can watch the Patriots on Sunday night against the Chargers. Hopefully they move on. Also, the Bruins just scored 10 goals against the Rangers. So maybe they're on the up and up. I mean, I hear this Marat Husnudinov guy is pretty solid. The Celtics lost to the Spurs tonight, but that's kind of to be expected.
Jaylen Brown's top 3 in MVP right now.
Yeah, so go spend your time on any other sport in Boston right now. I don't know anything about the Revs. I'm sure they're more enjoyable to watch than the 2026 Boston Red Sox.
They're getting a new stadium.
So there's buzz around them. I mean, check out the fleet, like whatever you want to do. Like, just do not spend your time.
The Boston Cannons, is that still a thing? Are they still a thing? The Boston Cannons?
It could be. I know there's an arena football team too that was pretty good. I think.
Oh
down
yeah,
in
the
Worcester.
Mass Pirates. Yeah, the Mass Pirates.
Yeah. So go tune into any of those teams. It's so unfortunate that we've gotten to this point, and unfortunately, Zach and I are in for the ride either way. But you, the great people who listen to Entering Kenmore, you can make a decision right now to just check out for this entire season.
But keep listening to us if you're going to
keep listening to us. I mean, we'll update you on everything that's going on, but for your own sake, just tune out for this 2026 season. A lockout is coming in 2027. You won't even have to worry about baseball for most of the year. So I suggest you just do that. Save your sanity. And honestly, that's all I have to say, I think, for right now.
Save me, Drake May.
I mean, that's all we have.
I'm like that guy on TikTok Live or Instagram Live, whatever it was. Save me, Donald Trump. If you could hear me, Donald Trump, save me. Save me, Drake May.
Yeah, we're gonna pray for that tomorrow. I think that's all we have in Boston at the moment. But as always, thanks so much for listening. We'll check in with you guys again, probably for a full episode with more therapy to be had. Alex Bregman is no longer a Boston Red Sox. Neither is Rafael Devers, and my sanity is down the drain. So thanks for listening.
Thanks, Brez, you fucking stiff.